Morris dribbles it out. Gray drives, kicks. Vassell, yes!
Then they're going to struggle this year.
Well, here comes Devin Vassell. What?
Trent Forrest gives it up. Devin Vassell. Got it! Earlier. Alvarado on the run out. Vassell!
Leg injury sustained in the closing moments of the game against Pittsburgh. That one blocked
his right hand. Big collision. Vassell wide open.
Vassell picks the pocket of Youngblood. Forrest back to Vassell.
St. Francis needed somebody to step up. There's Vassell. Osborne. Tenuous spot in this game if you're Georgia Tech. Vassell.
Well, let's see if the first half jitters are over. We get a little bit of an offensive flow here in the second half. That's pretty east. One brick at a time. And we see those bricks in their locker room. It's a great display.
11th Panthers turnover gives it back to Florida State. Jump stop and the finish for Vassell. 7 in the ESPN 100, leading Washington against Baylor, picked second in the Big 12 behind Kansas.
Honestly, Florida State starting to get their offensive mojo here a little bit.
Forrest. Oh, how about that finish from Vassell? Vassell backed out. Murphy deep in a stance. A three over top, and it's good.
On that, Walker with a follow. He feeds underneath, and that stick back won't go. But Vassell with a second effort and a left hand.
With Dotson in the game, because he's the one who's going to get to the line.
And a lay-in for Florida State.
Basketball that much.
Oh, Stager with a errant dribble. Walker picks it up. Vassell wide open on the end. Alverson put it on the floor. Turns it over. 2-on-1 break. Walker to Vassell, and we're tied. In front of the Mocs bench. Long cross-court pass. Vassell, 3-ball. Conference.
And so far, Chattanooga has been able to still withstand the storm.
Nice.
In the corner. Now at the free throw line.
Once you get to the Big Ten ACC Challenge. And so you're going to see a lot of switches from Florida State, and even seeing the bigs try to do a good job of it.
It is Johnson on the drive. Polite in there with the strip. Vassell up ahead, throwing it down. Solomon Hunt in traffic.
Good pass.
Tried time.
3 on the shot clock. Vassell from deep straight away by doubling.
There's different. You double big guys for different reasons. Sometimes you double big guys. He was a Matt Harm, so that's pretty effective.
12-2 run for Purdue. Great look down.
A couple of times. He can put it on the floor a little bit.
Vassell answers. Down to Koprivica. Vassell.
Almost spectacular, but not quite. That pass in the corner. The three is good. Backfire with the arm bar. There are no good turnovers. From the corner, the three is good. Special on their hand.
I think you can put those conversations to bed simply because how they won in those.
Make him feel good early in this one. Nearing the 16-minute mark. Frenetic pace to this.
Their engine going is through their defense.
Vassell, 3. 2-point Seminole lead. Into the corner. At 3.
8-point lead here for Florida State. There's a shot from the corner. It's Vassell also.
Ooh, wow, old school Celtics. And now another turnover. Oh.
Evans has it. Here comes Florida State trying to cut into this lead.
They got numbers.
And an open three. Vassell hits the Trent Forrest going strong. Kick back out. Rising is Vassell.
Sudi, the third member of our team.
Great play.
And Vassell, guy that can score, can slash a little bit. He'll need to play at a high level today too. That's the key to changing defenses, and it's hard to do multiple defenses well, but if you can, which they have, they're top 20 in the nation defensively.
They really communicate well. That's why they allow only 35% at Holmesville, home of Howard Garfinkel, the super guard.
Vassell for 3. He knocks it down.
It's an overtime game.
Well, the 5-made threes already matches his career.
He was really responsible in terms of recruiting guys like Sam Bowie, Jim Masters. Oh, nice play. He's like PJ Rush to the Kentucky stuff. Well,
big shot from Dewara. He's got 30. Vassell leans in. Oh.
Florida State with its 13-2 record. They'll keep it alive. Vassell in the corner. Twisting shot and in by the Knowles. They fire a steady parade. with a free throw strike for Wake Forest in this first half did last night. And you just go up and down the standings, Mark.
The offense for Florida State, which has had a nice week of rest. There's Vassell. Vassell, shot fake, step back.
He's shaken up.
He helps lead the break.
The Bucks have been deliberate several times here throughout the game, so they're mixing it up as the opportunity is there.
Already one bucket off that backdoor cut. This time it's a turnover.
That's the adjustment made.
Vassell. When they're supposed to be doing something. Vassell gets the shot.
Think about it for a second, but
Vassell. Another turnover. 10 of them for the Canes. Vassell, the trailer. Wyatt Wilkes. Beautiful shot fake. Vassell rises. And Wardenberg had it pop out.
oh boy.
Other end, Vassell scoring.
For Florida State, if guys like Likes and Vassell heat up, this
5-point game. Vassell. Walker, a transition three. The match if what? He's able to get by it. A turnover. Forced the lock. In bite. Vassell trying to muscle in on Vassell.
There's the turnover by Notre Dame, however.
Forrest the lob. Vassell.
Forrest, who has the ball now, doing a little bit of everything for the Seminoles. First shot on the way, and it's really a shooting vest. Because that's I call everything, whatever I'm wearing is my shooting shirt. My shoot is some time with an ankle, you know. As Vassell gets into the open floor, bring a double team high. You force them into playing offense early. Vassell hesitated and still made it.
Team who can score, so you go from facilitator to primary guy, and that pressure and that dichotomy of do I score or do I pass? It's probably the tiny benefit.
Clark throws it away. Steal by Force. Great pass ahead and away from Vassell. Scored on him a moment ago, drawing Jay's fourth foul. Devin Vassell.
Be able to beat this team today. Someone else has to stand up. What looks so far could possibly be
Cone, the freshman from Walkertown, North Carolina. The first three of the game.
Because he's athletic enough to get there.
Vassell steps into a three. Knowles have led by as many as 9 in this first half. Vassell lets it fly. Polite cut off by the defending of Couture. Vassell. Now he's 0 for 3 from 3. Vassell to go in regulation. Vassell steps right in.
Season machine. Lack of making shots is what it's over.
Vassell.
And then a little momentum there.
Even this time of the year during college basketball season. Forrest with the depth over the top. On the spin, Forrest. Vassell airborne. Not there. Picks off the miss. Goes to the other side. 16 points a game. He has 6 so far today. Vassell weaving his way closer.
This team is.
Stone tried to save it, but right back over. Vassell in close for 2.
Defend for 40 minutes.
Cassius Stanley had it blocked by Vassell, who runs the floor. One-on-one with Joe.
Duke pushing Florida State further out on the floor.
Vassell, they need
so much more confident as an offensive player with those long arms. Has proven to be a really good.
Vassell for the tie.
Wow. They're 18%. The horn set for Florida State. Pretty well defended by Duke.
Personnel. Walker on Thunderbird. Vassell a 3. That's a good last few minutes. And now Vassell picks Johnson. He'll try and beat Helms to the rack and for the number 8 Seminole. Vassell a 3. Got it.
177 career threes, 10th in the history of Louisville. Johnson the miss. They bring the crowd back to life if they score. Devin Vassell's had a very quiet night. Vassell, tough shot. About teeing up a 3. Vassell rises and fires.
Barreling to the basket, brings it back outside. Vassell, his first shot is good.
Putting the paint, not allowing Florida State to have a clear shot to the rim.
Clock winding down, and Devin. Olenicek for the block.
numbers for the Seminoles. The Seminoles here. Vassell with a pull-up. Offensively, you can't be soft against Florida State.
I think Devin Vassell's got to get a touch.
There's a touch.
3 to shoot. Vassell drives and with the right hand. 21 minutes on average for a lot of guys because when they go in, it's as hard as they can go for a few minutes. Prove upon. In a game where Florida State was without their standout freshman, Patrick Williams. The baseline opened the game with crisp passing, great ball movement, hard cuts. Vassell hangs and